As the second week of July 2025 begins, a time marked by remembrance, reflection, and quiet gratitude, we pause to honor lives that transcended boundaries. From pulpits and stadiums to stages, studios, classrooms, and council chambers, these individuals lit up their worlds in ways both seen and unseen. They came from different paths, spoke different truths, and yet share a common thread: the courage to live fully, love deeply, and leave something lasting behind. Today, we remember not just names or achievements, but the spirit, dedication, and grace that shaped these remarkable lives. In their journeys, we find echoes of resilience, whispers of inspiration, and the silent strength that continues to guide those left behind. Let us reflect together on the legacy of those who now rest, but whose light endures, a staple of political and social commentary, unafraid to challenge authority or provoke thought. His illustrations were more than drawings. They were conversations, asking readers to question and to care. Throughout his career, Steve won accolades, but it was his uncompromising honesty and his ability to make people think and laugh that made him unforgettable. Even as he faced health challenges, his creativity never dimmed, proving that the power of art endures even when the body falters. James Carter Cathcart brought beloved characters to life for millions of children and adults alike. His voice animated some of the most iconic figures in pop culture, from Mischievous Meowth in Pokemon to Rose in Yu-Gi-Oh! And Sonic X. Behind the microphone, he had a gift for infusing characters with humor, warmth, and humanity, turning them into friends for audiences around the world. For decades, his work became the soundtrack to childhoods, sparking imaginations and inspiring countless fans. James's battle with throat cancer was a painful irony for someone who gave his voice so generously to others. Yet his spirit and his legacy remain, living on in the stories and memories he helped create. Tim Cronin brought thunder to the stage as drummer for the rock band Monster Magnet. With fierce precision and raw energy, he powered the band's sound, helping to define a generation of psychedelic and hard rock with style that was unmistakable. But beyond the music, Tim was admired for his humility and kindness, qualities that made him not just a musician, but a friend and mentor to many. His fight with ALS was long and cruel, yet he faced it with a quiet bravery that inspired those around him. His rhythm may have stopped, but the echo of his music will never fade. Edward D. Preet's story was one of complexity, marked by triumphs, challenges, and controversy. Rise and become Mayor of Cranston and later Governor of Rhode Island, he shaped policy and steered his state through turbulent times. Though his later years were shadowed by legal troubles and conviction, many remember his earlier years of public service and his commitment to improving infrastructure and education. His life reminds us that leaders are human, their legacies woven of both light and shadow, each chapter offering lessons to those who follow. David Flabad's words and stories lit up American television screens for decades. As a writer and producer on Desperate Housewives, 8 Simple Rules, Masters of Sex, and many more, he crafted narratives that were both entertaining and deeply human. Behind the scenes, David was known as a generous collaborator, someone who could find humor even in darkness and tenderness even in conflict. His battle with cystic fibrosis was a quiet one, fought with resilience and grace. The stories he told continue to touch hearts, reminding us of the power of empathy and imagination. Sarah J. Harper blazed a trail through courtrooms and communities alike. As a lawyer and one of the first African-American women to sit on the Ohio Court of Appeals, she broke barriers and opened doors for countless others. Her commitment to justice extended beyond the bench, mentoring young lawyers, advocating for fairness, and dedicating herself to public service with wisdom and compassion. Nearly a century of life was lived with dignity and purpose, leaving behind a legacy of justice served and lives touched. Alan G. Hassenfeld helped bring joy to millions as CEO and chairman of Hasbro. Under his leadership, the company flourished, launching beloved toys and games that became a part of childhoods everywhere. But Alan was also deeply philanthropic, investing his time and resources into education, healthcare, and social justice causes. His vision extended beyond business, believing that success is measured not just in profit, but in positive impact. The toys he helped create may have sparked imaginations, but it was his generosity that truly built his legacy. Fannie Howell's words were like whispers of truth carried on the wind, Her poetry and prose explored faith, identity, love, and doubt with an elegance that invited reflection. Her work, often lyrical and searching, resonated with readers around the world, offering comfort and contemplation in equal measure. She was more than a writer. She was a seeker, someone who helped others make sense of the mysteries of existence through her gentle, probing verse. Paulette Giles crafted stories that felt timeless, her novel news of the world transporting readers to another era with its rich detail and deep humanity. Her books, steeped in history and character, reminded us that every life, no matter how small or forgotten, holds meaning. Her work was both intimate and expansive, capturing the landscapes of both the American frontier and the human heart. In her pages, readers found adventure, solace, and a sense of connection to those who came before. Ian Blair was a man of courage and conviction, who dedicated his life to keeping Britain safe and striving to improve how justice is served. As Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police, he oversaw the force through one of its most turbulent periods, including the London bombings of 2005. He was known for his intellect, his advocacy for diversity within the police, and his efforts to bring compassion into law enforcement. Later, as a member of the House of Lords, he continued to speak out with integrity and vision. Ian's life reminds us that leadership means meeting challenges head-on and never forgetting the humanity behind the badge. For generations of British children, Glenn Michael was a magical friend who lit up Sunday afternoons with warmth and humor. He hosted Cartoon Cavalcade and became a beloved fixture of family life. Alongside his famous sidekick, Paladin the Lamp, Glenn created a world of fun and imagination where children felt seen and heard. His long life was filled with laughter and creativity, and his gentle presence remains a cherished memory in the hearts of countless viewers who grew up with his kindness on screen. Stephen Rose spent his life unlocking the mysteries of the human brain while challenging assumptions about science and society. A pioneering neuroscientist and a sharp critic of genetic determinism, he co-authored Not in Our Genes, sparking vital conversations about the ethics of biology and psychology. Stephen's work inspired generations of students and readers to think critically about how science shapes our understanding of ourselves and our communities. His blend of rigorous inquiry and social conscience reminds us that science must always serve humanity. Anthony Russell was a shepherd of souls who led with humility, wisdom, and grace. As Bishop of Ely, he devoted his ministry to fostering faith and compassion within his diocese and beyond. Known for his deep knowledge of rural issues and his dedication to outreach, he bridged the gap between church and community, bringing hope to those he served. Anthony's gentle presence and quiet strength touched countless lives, offering guidance in both times of joy and trial. Joe Coleman's name is woven into the history of America's pastime. A talented pitcher who played for the Washington Senators, Detroit Tigers, and Oakland Athletics, Joe brought passion and perseverance to the mound. Part of baseball family, he passed on his love of the game to future generations, not only through his career, but through his mentorship and friendship with players young and old. His legacy lives on in every fastball thrown and every dream chase on the diamond. Lee Elia's career in baseball spanned decades, first as a player with the Chicago White Sox, then as a manager for Philadelphia Phillies and Chicago Cubs. Known for his fiery spirit and his unyielding dedication to the game, he led with heart and demanded the best of himself and those around him. Off the field, he was a teacher, helping players grow not just in skill, but in character. Lee's story reminds us that in sports, as in life, passion fuels perseverance. Frank Layden brought humor, humanity, and brilliance to the basketball world. As a coach and executive with the Utah Jazz and Niagara University, he combined tactical insight with an infectious personality that won over players, fans, and colleagues alike. He believed that basketball was more than just a game. It was a way to bring people together and lift their spirits. Known for his wit and generosity, Frank proved that leadership can come with laughter and that kindness and competitiveness can go hand in hand. Ryan Reed lived his dream on the court, playing for Florida State, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and internationally. Though his career was cut short, he played with a quiet determination and dignity that inspired those who watched and knew him. His life is a reminder that every moment counts, and that every player, no matter how long their time on the stage, can leave an impression through their effort, grace, and love for the game. Martha Schwebach spent a lifetime caring for others. As a nurse practitioner, she served patients with expertise, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to their well-being. Her kindness touched families across generations, making her not just a healer of bodies, but also a source of comfort and strength. Martha's legacy lives on in every life she touched, in every child she calmed, every elder she comforted, and every family she reassured. See, Naim devoted his life to words, stories, and the wisdom they carry. An Indian-born American scholar of Urdu literature, he enriched countless students with his deep knowledge and love for language. His writings, teachings, and translations help bridge cultures, bringing the beauty of South Asian literature to new audiences. See, Naim believed in the power of words to connect hearts and minds, a belief he lived through every page, every lecture, every kind word to his students. Arthur Koya was a steadfast advocate for the working people of America. Rising through the ranks of the Laborers' International Union of North America, he became its president during a period of significant transition for organized labor. With his sharp negotiating skills and unwavering resolve, Koya fought tirelessly to improve the lives of millions of workers, securing better wages, safer working conditions, and greater dignity on the job. Known for his ability to build bridges between labor and management without compromising the rights of his members, he left an indelible mark on the American labor movement. Even after his retirement, Koya remained a respected figure in labor circles, remembered as a leader who truly understood and valued the people he served. David Gergen devoted his life to public service, guiding 4 U.S. presidents, both Republican and Democrat, through some of the nation's most pivotal moments. Known for his eloquence, fairness, and steady presence, Gergen provided critical counsel at the highest levels of government while maintaining an enduring respect for democratic principles. Later, as a commentator, professor, and author, he helped the public better understand the complexities of leadership, government, and civic responsibility. Even as Lewy body dementia affected his later years, his voice remained an example of integrity and wisdom in American political discourse. Gergen's career stands as a shining example of service above self and the enduring importance of reasoned dialogue. Phil Malloy redefined animation with a provocative and uncompromising vision. Known for his minimalist style and biting social commentary, Malloy's films expose the absurdities and hypocrisies of modern society with humor and courage. His work challenged audiences to think differently about art, about storytelling, and about themselves. Throughout his career, he never shied away from difficult subjects, creating films that were both unsettling and enlightening. Malloy's influence extends far beyond the animation world, inspiring countless artists to use their creativity as a force for truth and reflection. His passing leaves behind a powerful body of work that will continue to challenge and inspire generations to come. Andrew West dedicated his life to the study and preservation of Chinese language and culture. As a respected sinologist, he made invaluable contributions to the understanding of Chinese scripts, history, and philology, ensuring that centuries of cultural knowledge remain accessible to scholars and enthusiasts alike. Known for his meticulous research and quiet dedication, West bridged cultures and fostered understanding between East and West. His scholarship embodied a love of learning and a profound respect for tradition. Though his passing marks a loss to the world of academia, his works and the students he inspired ensure that his legacy will continue to enrich and educate for years to come. Samuel A.B.T. was a celebrated journalist whose writing brought the world of cycling to life for readers around the globe. Over decades of reporting for the New York Times and the International Herald Tribune, he covered 17 Tours de France and became one of the most respected voices chronicling the drama and grit of the sport. With an unmatched ability to find the human story behind the race, ABT captured the pain and triumph of the athletes, the beauty of the French countryside, and the strategic chess match that unfolds on 2 wheels. His sharp eye for detail and deep empathy allowed him to transcend mere reporting. He made readers feel the strain of the climb and the exhilaration of the finish line. ABT's work stands as a masterclass in sports journalism, inspiring writers and readers alike to see the beauty in endurance, perseverance, and the quiet heroism of competition. Even long after his retirement, his columns continue to be referenced as benchmarks of excellence in storytelling. Glenn McCall dedicated his life to public service and civic engagement, serving his community with integrity and vision. A longtime leader within the Republican Party at both state and national levels, he was known for his thoughtful approach to policy, his belief in outreach to underserved communities, and his unwavering faith in the power of grassroots involvement. Throughout his career, McCall worked to bridge divides and bring people of different backgrounds and perspectives together, fostering conversations that shaped better policy. His warm demeanor made him approachable to colleagues and constituents alike, and his mentorship of young political leaders left a ripple effect that will be felt for decades. His example remains a powerful reminder that politics, at its best, is about service, humility, and stewardship, about seeing every individual as worthy of being heard and represented. William J. Rudder was a pioneering scientist whose groundbreaking research helped lay the foundations for modern biotechnology. As a co-founder of Chiron Corporation, Rudder played a crucial role in the development of life-saving vaccines and therapies, including the first recombinant hepatitis B vaccine. His work not only revolutionized the treatment of infectious diseases, but also helped launch an entire industry focused on harnessing biology to solve humanity's greatest medical challenges. Beyond his monumental scientific achievements, Rudder was a deeply compassionate mentor who nurtured generations of researchers, instilling in them his boundless curiosity and ethical approach to science. His laboratories were known as incubators of innovation, but also as havens of collaboration and respect. To many in the scientific community, he wasn't just a pioneer. He was a teacher, a guide, and a true visionary whose spirit of discovery continues to advance human health and knowledge. Martin Cruz Smith was an acclaimed novelist whose masterful thrillers explored the complexities of Soviet and post-Soviet life with rare nuance and depth. His international bestseller Gorky Park not only captivated readers, but also reshaped the landscape of crime fiction by bringing readers in the heart of mysterious and closed society. With sharp prose and a gift for atmosphere, he transported readers into a shadowy world of intrigue, morality, and human resilience, drawing them into the emotional and psychological landscapes of his characters. Over a career spanning more than 5 decades, Martin wrote stories that blended meticulous research with an intuitive understanding of the human condition. His books captivated millions and inspired countless writers to approach their craft with similar ambition and courage. His storytelling continues to enthrall readers around the world, proving that even in the darkest settings, the light of humanity can shine through. Soul Stern's fearless journalism and thought-provoking books challenge readers to confront the realities of education, politics, and urban life in America. As a senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute and a contributing editor of City Journal, Stern combined intellectual rigor with a deep concern for justice and equity, particularly in the realm of education reform. His willingness to take controversial positions and ask difficult questions sparked debates that moved policy and sharpened public understanding of issues that too often went ignored. He was equally known for his kindness and mentorship to young writers, always encouraging them to pursue truth with both courage and humility. Soul's legacy endures in conversations he began, the policies he influenced, and the readers he inspired to think more deeply about the challenges facing society. Louis Sharp's journey from Havana, Cuba, to the bright lights of the NFL embodied the spirit of perseverance and triumph. Fleeing political turmoil as a child, he embraced the opportunities that came his way, rising to become a cornerstone offensive tackle for the Arizona Cardinals over a remarkable 13-season career. A 3-time Pro Bowl selection, Sharp was respected by teammates and opponents alike for his strength, agility, and relentless work ethic. Beyond his achievements on the field, he paved the way for other Latino athletes in professional football and served as a role model in his community. His story is one of resilience, determination, and quiet leadership, a reminder of how far one can go with courage and commitment. David Caff was a gifted musician and actor whose creativity lit up every stage and screen he graced. As a member of the progressive rock band Rare Bird, his music pushed boundaries and captured the spirit of an era. Later, his comedic turn as part of the ensemble in the cult classic This Is Spinal Tap showcases versatility and humor, endearing him to audiences worldwide. David's contributions to British music and film were not just about talent, but about the joy he brought to his craft, the friendships he nurtured, and the inspiration he gave to others. His warmth and wit continue to resonate with fans who cherish his unforgettable performances and the spark he brought to everything he touched. Donald Rose lived through more than a century of history, bearing witness to monumental change while remaining steadfast in his character and values. As the oldest man in the United Kingdom at the time of his passing, and a veteran of World War II, his life embodied resilience, courage, and service. Those who met him often remarked on his sharp mind, his kindness, and his deep sense of gratitude for the life he'd lived. His personal stories of bravery and sacrifice during the war became treasured lessons for younger generations, reminding them the cost of freedom and the power of endurance. His longevity was not just a testament to his physical health, but to his spirit, a quiet yet profound example of the strength of the human soul. David Addicks was an extraordinary artist whose monumental sculptures transformed cityscapes and sparked imaginations. Known for his towering statues of U.S. presidents and his iconic virtuoso sculpture in Houston, Addicks turned public spaces into open-air galleries, making art accessible to all. His creativity was not confined to sculpture alone. He was also a gifted painter and visionary who believed that art could uplift, inspire, and connect communities. Over a career spanning more than 7 decades, his work became synonymous with ambition and imagination, and his ability to think on a grand scale while maintaining a personal touch set him apart. Even into his 90s, he continued to create, reminding the world that the spirit of an artist never fades. Jack Serra devoted his life to serving the people of Ohio with integrity, humility, and steadfast commitment. Over 2 decades in the Ohio House of Representatives, he earned a reputation as a tireless advocate for working families, education, and economic development in his district. Known for his down-to-earth manner and ability to work across party lines, Serra embodied the very best qualities of a public servant, someone who listened to constituents and sought practical solutions to complex problems. Even after leaving office, he remained deeply involved in his community, mentoring younger leaders and continuing his advocacy for those who needed a voice. His legacy is one of quiet courage and enduring impact. Michael Diedrich's long career in public service reflected his deep love for his home state of South Dakota and its people. Serving in both the state Senate and House of Representatives, he championed policies that improved education, healthcare access, and rural development. Michael's colleagues admired his thoughtfulness, his ability to find common ground, and his unwavering dedication to serving even the smallest communities in his state. Beyond politics, he was a devoted family man, a mentor, and a steadfast believer in the power of civic engagement to create a better world. His passing leaves a meaningful example of service and integrity for future generations. Billy Eisenberg was a legend in the world of competitive bridge, renowned not just for his exceptional skill, but also for his sportsmanship and love of the game. A multiple world champion, he brought a level of strategy and creativity to bridge that inspired players around the globe. Beyond tournaments, Eisenberg was known for teaching and mentoring countless others, sharing his passion and helping to grow the game's popularity. His joy at the table, his wry humor, and his ability to bring people together through cards made him a beloved figure in the bridge community. And his influence will continue to be felt in clubs and competitions everywhere. Richard H. Fallon Jr. was one of America's most influential constitutional scholars, known for his brilliant mind and profound contributions to the study of law. A longtime professor at Harvard Law School, his books and articles helped shape the thinking of generations of lawyers, judges, and policymakers. Fallon's scholarship combined intellectual rigor with a deep respect for justice and human dignity, making complex legal concepts accessible and relevant to society. Even while battling cancer, he continued to write, teach, and mentor, embodying the highest ideals of academic life. His work will continue to guide debates about law and democracy for years to come. Crystal Truglia's life was a remarkable journey from her childhood in Germany to her long service in the Connecticut House of Representatives. Over 2 decades in office, she became known as a tireless advocate for children, families, and the vulnerable, spearheading initiatives to improve childcare, education, and health care. Her warmth, empathy, and fierce determination made her a beloved figure in her community. Beyond legislation, she also volunteered extensively and inspired others to get involved in public service. Her legacy is a reminder that one person, driven by compassion, can bring about lasting positive change. Dave Cousins was the heart and soul of the folk rock band Straws, whose music helped define an era with his distinctive voice and poetic lyrics. Cousins captured the emotions of a generation, blending folk traditions with progressive rock to create something entirely unique. Over decades of performing, writing, and recording, he touched countless listeners with his artistry and sincerity. His songs, often introspective and timeless, continue to resonate with fans new and old. Beyond his music, he was known for his humility and kindness, qualities that endeared him to fellow musicians and audiences alike. Mark Schreiber, known as Baron Marsford, served for decades as a thoughtful and principled member of the British House of Lords. A voice of reason and reflection, he championed issues such as rural development, environmental stewardship, and sensible governance. His speeches were often marked by their clarity, wit, and deep understanding of history and society. Beyond politics, he was a mentor and a passionate advocate for preserving the best traditions of British public life while embracing necessary change. His life's work serves as a testament to the value of service guided by conscience and wisdom. Bill Chamberlain was a gifted athlete whose passion for basketball carried him from playground courts to professional arenas. Known for his powerful presence and graceful play, Chamberlain brought energy and excitement to every game, inspiring teammates and fans alike. Beyond his athletic achievements, he served as a mentor to younger players, showing them that basketball was as much about character and perseverance as it was about skill. His legacy lives on in the countless lives he influenced both on and off the court. Jim Clancy pitched his way into Major League Baseball history with grit and determination. Over a long career, most notably with the Toronto Blue Jays and the Houston Astros, he became known for his workhorse mentality and calm demeanor under pressure. Clancy was more than just a talented pitcher. He was a teammate others could count on, a quiet leader who led by example. His love for the game was evident in every inning, and his story reminds us that true greatness often comes through consistency and resilience. Eileen Fulton was a shining star of American daytime television, best known for her decades-long role as Lisa Grimaldi on As the World Turns. A pioneer of the soap opera genre, Fulton captivated audiences with her magnetic performances and brought depth and nuance to her characters. Beyond the screen, she was admired for her dedication to her craft and her ability to evolve with the times. Eileen's career inspired generations of actors and viewers, leaving behind a body of work that remains timeless. Andrea Gibson's words were electric, charged with emotion, vulnerability, and fierce honesty. As one of America's most beloved spoken-word poets, Andrea gave voice to experiences of love, loss, identity, and resilience, touching countless hearts. Through their writing and performances, they broke barriers and helped many feel seen and understood. Even as they faced their own battle with ovarian cancer, Andrea continued to create, reminding the world of the power of art to heal, inspire, and transform lives. Lamont Green's journey from standout college linebacker at Florida State University to the NFL was one marked by perseverance and determination. Known for his toughness on the field and his humility off it, Green was a role model to many aspiring athletes. His commitment to excellence extended beyond the game as he devoted himself to his family and community, showing that true strength lies in character and kindness as much as in physical ability. John MacArthur was a towering figure in American evangelicalism, known for his deep knowledge of Scripture and unwavering commitment to preaching the gospel. As a longtime pastor of Grace Community Church and a prolific author, his sermons and writings influenced millions around the world. Even as he faced criticism and challenges, MacArthur remained steadfast in his convictions, guiding countless believers in their faith. His life's work stands as a testament to the enduring power of faith, study, and service. Victor McKelney was a gifted communicator who helped bring the wonders and complexities of science to public. As a journalist and author, he covered breakthroughs in medicine, technology, and space exploration with clarity and enthusiasm, making science accessible to everyone. His writings not only chronicled history, but also inspired curiosity and a deeper appreciation for discovery. McKelney's voice in science journalism remains a beacon for those who seek to understand the world around them. William Henry Stafford Jr. was a respected jurist who dedicated his life to upholding justice and the rule of law. Serving as a federal judge, he presided over numerous important cases with fairness, wisdom, and humility. His deep commitment to impartiality and his belief in the integrity of the legal system left a lasting impression on the courts and the community he served. His decades of service remind us that justice is a cornerstone of a just and equitable society. Charlie Miller was a visionary in the world of hairdressing, renowned for his creativity, innovation, and charm. Over a career spanning decades, he styled royalty, celebrities, and countless others, earning admiration not just for his skill, but for his warmth and generosity. Miller helped define trends in beauty and fashion, establishing a legacy that extends beyond the salon. His artistry and kindness touched everyone he met, leaving behind a story of elegance, mastery, and humanity. Today, we remember and honor a powerful constellation of lives, each with a legacy woven through faith, music, sport, service, storytelling, and leadership. From sacred altars to global arenas, from typewriters to theater lights, these men and women moved hearts, shaped minds, and built bridges across time and culture. They were mentors, fighters, visionaries, and artists. Some made us cheer, others made us think. Many quietly made the world better in ways that will never be forgotten. As we reflect on their stories, we carry forward their courage, creativity, and conviction. Their chapters may close, but the light they sparked still burns in the lives they touched. May they rest in peace, and may their legacies remind us all to live with purpose and to honor the time we're given.